people have asked me about how I make non-dairy yogurt because I can't have dairy, and a lot of people can't have dairy. So I've been doing this for a few years now. I use this coconut cream. It comes in this box, and a lot of times you can get these at Asian grocery stores, and here we can get it at the DeKalb Farmers Market, but I found it in Michigan at the Asian grocery store near my parents' house, so it's out there. It's awesome because it doesn't have any additives or even water added. It's just coconut cream, which is not easy to find. A lot of them have additives of preservatives and guar gum and things like that. So I wanted one that was totally free of anything. And also it comes in a quart, which is the perfect amount to fill your yogurt maker. Now, this is a partial quart because I wanted some coconut milk for my tea. And not all my jars are clean yet. So this is a partial batch, but I use this probiotic. It's an awesome probiotic, and it tastes really good. It makes really nice, tart, tangy yogurt, which I like. Now, I'm on a diet called the specific carbohydrate diet. And on the specific carbohydrate diet, bifidus is not technically allowed. So for SCD, an acidophilus lactobacillus only probiotic is what's technically the best one. So this is a GI Pro Starter, and it makes perfectly good yogurt.
Let's see, it's having hard focus.
But it's just super bland to me. It doesn't have the tanginess. It's just a creamy yogurt. And some kids and some people prefer that. They don't like that tart yogurt. So if you don't want your yogurt tart, this is fine. It's awesome.
And that's the SCD legal one?
That's the SCD legal one, which is only lactobacillus strains. It doesn't have any of the bifidus in it. So my assumption is that the bifidus gives it its tartness. And I like that.
Now, but you've been on SCD for years, and yet you can tolerate this bifidus just fine.
I seem to be able to tolerate it fine. So each person is different who's on SCD. There are loads of SCD legal foods that I can't tolerate, like fruit. So it just depends on your body. So if you're eating this and having a problem, you might go try the one that's lactobacillus only. Maybe you do have a problem with bifidus. I seem okay with it, so this is what I like to do, because I like it tart. And then I just pull this apart. Of course, I've just washed my hands. And I use about half of this probiotic pill in a batch. And then I just stick it back together and save it for the next time.
So that's half of the powder that was in that capsule has just gone into the yogurt.
So it doesn't take a lot. It's amazing. It doesn't really take much. And I've tried with a whole capsule, and actually it took the yogurt like twice as long to thicken with more bacteria in it. So this works just great, and it makes it thicken up good. So you just whisk that in. Pour it into your cups. Turn this guy on so that it's hot.
This is the yogurt maker. It's just basically a hot plate.
And
it's got this lid that goes on it. And little jars.
And little jars. And
right, okay.
then I just pour it up to where it starts to curve. And that will usually fill my 7 jars is what fits in here. I'm only going to do 6 jars today.
Dogs are helping.
And then you leave it on the heat for 12 or 13 hours is what I've found is the best. And I always have to put an alarm on my phone so that I remember to put the yogurt in the refrigerator.
So do you know what that heating pad gets up to, what, like 90 degrees or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Or
It's
80?
between 90 and 100, I think.
Okay. So it doesn't really get hot. It's just
It's just a warm
like
thing.
warm, and then she just puts them in the fridge. How long does it take in the fridge before they're ready?
About 24 hours. I like to put them in the fridge, say tonight, and then tomorrow they'll look like this. They're going to be separated.
Mm-hmm.
And the top part is the thick, creamy stuff, and the bottom part is liquid. And so you stir it together. And the top part gets thicker and thicker and thicker as the days go by. So this is kind of solid now. I've kind of left this for a few days without stirring it, and it doesn't make it easier to stir it together once it's like this. But it works, but you have to be a little persistent. Sometimes if I have my act together, on day one I will go through and stir them all and put them all back in the fridge, and then they'll solidify as more of a solid one homogeneous thing.
More of a yogurt-like consistency.
Right, rather than being separated at first. But sometimes if I just really want the thick stuff, I'll just pour the liquid off and just use the cream if I want it to be like sour cream or something like that.
So is the liquid, does that technically count as whey?
It does.
Okay,
It's
so
whey.
does that mean that the solid part is curds?
I guess maybe it is. It's the curds in the whey. But the liquid has the same tart flavor, and the dogs love it. So if I do pour off the liquid, I usually give it to the dogs.
Yeah, see, they're always in here. Whenever you get all the coconut milk out, the dogs are always like, "Whoa, Mommy's got that coconut out."
Whenever they hear the sound of the spoon in the coconut jar, they're just like, ah. But that's as simple as it is to make coconut milk yogurt. And these makers are only like $20 on Amazon.
Okay.
And the newer ones, I've noticed, have a better lid than this. These lids are not, I want to say airtight. It's not airtight, but they don't hold the liquid. So I would like to be able to just shake these up with the lid on, but it spills all over the place because these lids suck. So, but I noticed on some of the newer models, they have better threads on their lids, and they're actually like actual lids that make a seal. So I would look for that if you're going to buy a new one, because it would be really nice to just be able to shake these up and stick them back in the fridge to get them mixed together. So that's the way it goes.
Okay, well, thanks for showing us all that. And do you have any...
Coconut milk yogurt.
Yay! Okay, thank you. Thanks for visiting Nico's Kitchen, everyone. We'll see you next time.